Hi, and welcome to the first episode of Chronos Talks, a new video series on personal finance. This YouTube channel has generally been about Bitcoin and other cryptocurrencies, but those are forms of investments, and investing is one part of your personal finance life. So I really see this as an expansion of the YouTube channel from one specific kind of investment to investments in general, and even personal finance, other financial decisions that you make in general. Even if you're just purchasing food, that is a kind of personal finance decision or financial decision. So this is expanding the scope of the YouTube channel out to finance in general. And I'm kind of happy with that because I personally have a hobby of finance. I think about this kind of stuff. I talk with my friends about it. And so it's kind of fun to be able to put together videos about what's on my mind at the time. The first episode today, we're talking about something that not a lot of people like to talk about or think about, but they still interact with it, perhaps on a daily basis. The topic is debt, or borrowing money from someone else or from a bank or some other entity. I have an interesting analogy for debt. I think of it like fire. Now, when you hear the word fire, perhaps you think, warm, toasty, this is nice. Fire is a nice tool for keeping your house warm or for cooking or, some other, industry. It's used in various ways, but it's also very dangerous. Personally, I have an irrational fear of fire. I had to look this up. The technical term for that is a pyrophobe, someone who's like super scared of fire for no good reason. That is me. I am actually terrified of fire, or at least I was as a kid. I've kind of grown out of it a little bit. But as a child, we had a wood fireplace in the house that we would heat the house with. And whenever my dad opened it up to put wood in there, I would just be freaked out that the fire was maybe going to jump out and burn the floor. And even though it never did, it didn't keep me from being afraid of it. And although you might not be like that, this is still a good way to think about debt. I think more people would benefit and have better lives if they were more scared of debt, the way I'm scared of fire. So debt is a tool, just like fire. You can use debt to invest, to do something that you wouldn't otherwise be able to do, but it's also very dangerous. If you get it in the wrong spot of your financial life, or if you get it out of control, it will easily burn up everything around it and just give you a financial nightmare. I mean, you've seen forest fires, fires burning down houses, fires. You don't want to get fire in the wrong place. I've even seen a few YouTube videos of people putting fire in their hair. I saw one of someone putting fire in his armpit. I don't recommend that, by the way. That kind of thing does not end well, so you want to make a good decision about how you use fire, for sure. And most people aren't doing that today. When I talk with my friends, some of my friends are, they don't like to talk about debt for one thing, but they're hiding a lot of debt in various dangerous places of their lives. They're kind of like this comic strip. Perhaps you've seen it from around the internet. It's from a strip called Gun Show, and I've put it here right here. Perhaps you've seen this. This is my friend the dog saying, "Oh, this is fine, absolutely fine." The panel goes on with the house just burning down. The dog starts melting like it's a crossbreed between a dog and some overstuffed candle, perhaps. Which I wouldn't put that past a dog, by the way, because I could definitely imagine a dog trying to mate with an overstuffed candle. So the dog just absolutely melts, but the whole time he's thinking, "Oh, this is fine, this is normal." And that's the way people see debt these days. It's like, "Oh, this is a normal thing to have in my life." Well, I don't see it that way. I see it as a specific tool for a specific purpose. And if you're just spreading it out and not even being very mindful about that, then you're going to burn up your house and basically give yourself a lot of stress and difficulty in a hard life and not even realize that's the case. Just like this dog, you're saying, "Oh, this is normal. Everybody does this," but you're actually making life difficult. So let's hide that dog. So with fire being a good thing or a bad thing, with debt being a good thing or a bad thing, we should look specifically about what you should do with debt. What kinds of things are okay or wise to do with debt? So we'll talk about that in the next episode. We'll look at some various investments or things that people typically borrow money for, and we'll categorize them in different ways. I see debt as three different things it's mainly used for. One is investment, obviously. Another is for consuming, if you're going into debt like just for yourself or to eat or consume whatever you're purchasing. And the third is for speculation, and that's something that people don't like to think of as speculation. They like to think of it as investment. Like if you borrow money to buy a Bitcoin, like, am I investing in Bitcoin or am I just speculating that the price is going to go up? So I see those as three categories or 3 points of options, and sometimes something falls in more than one category. So next episode, we'll look at taking different common things that people borrow money for and putting them in those categories. If you enjoyed the talk today, please consider subscribing to the YouTube channel, and I'd love to hear your comments below the video. I'm Chronos. Thanks for watching.